Okay, there you go. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, so go ahead and take 2 plates out, and I'm going to tell you, go ahead and push your foot a little more forward. Okay, and lean into it. Good. All right, now I'm going to put this up here like this, right? Okay, and I'm going to take it off safety for you. Okay, good. Now lean into it, push your body forward. Body forward. That's it. Okay, and give me, knock down 2 plates. Now,
welcome to Amateur Redneck Home on the Range. I didn't mean that name in the first place, but the one I wanted was already taken. Anyway, today we've got a new toy to show you. I know it's been an incredibly long time, but getting new toys is hard to come by around here. Anyway, today we're going to sort of look over a Taurus TX 22 competition model. Alright? And we're going to do maybe even disassembly of it and discuss all the different aspects of what I've seen so far. Alright? Oh, by the way, did you guys like my watchdog? That's a very important dog. This is the Taurus TX 22 competition model. That means that it costs more. But it has a, before we get too far, you can look down in the chamber, no ammo and no magazine in it. I do have an empty magazine here, and as you can see by seeing through it, there's nothing in it either. Alright, now we got the safety stuff out of the way. I'll show you this gun has a cutout slide, and it comes with 3 16-round magazines. Strangely enough, I've only been able to get 16 rounds into one of them. The other 2 I can only get 15 rounds into, so maybe they had a confusion, or maybe it's quality control. I don't know. I've always been a little leery of Taurus, but they came out with this guy and they talked well about it, and all the people that have reviewed it seem to think it's really great. Now, it's got a threaded barrel here, and I have not taken this bushing off the barrel, but apparently it's threaded I think half 28, and you can screw on whatever you got that's got a half 28 thread. Okay, now the rear sight is adjustable. Of course, I'm not using it because I got this red dot sight here from Burris. This is my second Burris Fastfire 3, and it's got an 8 MOA dot, and I really like it, especially the 8 MOA dot, because it lets you get on target really fast. This is the Taurus TX 22 competition. It comes with a 5-inch barrel, and they say call it a bull barrel because it's a little thicker. The regular model has a 4-inch barrel and a completely enclosed slide, whereas the slide on this one has a cutout here. Alright, the trigger on this is probably the only part I really don't like a lot. It's got a long travel. You see that? That was quite a bit to make it snap. Let's do it one more time. Maybe I avoid my warranty, I don't know. But watch the distance the trigger is traveling. That's more than I like. That's a great deal more than your average Ruger or Smith & Wesson 22 pistol. So that's the only thing about it that I don't like so far. Now, amazingly, I've shot about 700 rounds through this pistol so far, and I haven't cleaned it, and it hasn't malfunctioned. And it's used every kind of ammo that I've put in it, so in that aspect, it's got to be pretty well reliable. And when you get it in the box, it's got this mount on it for a red dot sight, reflex sight, whatever you want to call it, and it comes with 2 little metal plates that have the little studs on them to fit different red dot sights. There's 2 studs on one side, and you roll it over, there's 2 on the other. So what they get out of those 2 plates is 4 adapters, and those 4 adapters fit all kind of different sights, Trigicon and Holosun and Vortex, and then, you know, whatever you got. Now, the magazines, they're plastic, just like most of the guns plastic, and they're easy to load because they've got these really big buttons on them, and you hold onto it from the side, and it doesn't make your thumb sore. So that means it's all right for it to be recessed back in this hole. The way it managed to hold those 16s, they're staggered, you know, like that, as they go in. One will face one way, one will face the other. So we're going to take this thing apart and have a look at it. They call it a, I believe, a fixed, excuse me, a fixed barrel. I'm not so sure it's really a fixed barrel because it comes off with a slide, but let's see if I can. It's got a lever right down under here that undoes the slide for you. So it's real hard for me to push it. I got to get on both sides of it with both thumbs and push it down. And then, well, if you got it down, you got to let the hammer down. Now then, you got it into two pieces. It's not difficult to take apart or put back together, but I haven't done it much. Here's your recoil spring, and here's the barrel. If you'll notice, the the red dot sight, reflex sight, is mounted right on the barrel. Now they call this a fixed barrel because it doesn't, you know, rotate around like some of your centerfire guns do. Alright. Here's what the slide looks like when you've got it apart. There's not much to do once you got it tore down other than just clean the carbon out of it. And like I say, most of the 22 pistols I've got are pretty finicky. They get about 300 rounds on them, and then they want to be cleaned. This guy, he's apparently used to being dirty. You can see I haven't taken it apart much. I got to fool around and figure out how to put it back together. There's this little flat on there on that spring, and it goes back together a whole lot better if you know to put the flat against the barrel. Alright, now we'll take this little guy. Now I had trouble the last time I did this. Let's see here. I didn't this time. I just set it on there and pulled her back, and there we are. So that works pretty good. It's got an ambidextrous safety. It's on both sides. This is the safety here, and you can see I can operate it from this other side. It's got the ejector buttons on this side. I don't know if you can change the settings and put it on the other side or not, but it works pretty good. You just punch it and magazine comes out really quick. This is your slide lock right here. If you want to lock the slide back, whoops, that'll hold the slide, that guy right there. Now what we're going to do with this thing, now that I've shown you and told you that it doesn't seem to mind being dirty, and it shoots really good, and I'm getting, like I say, I'm getting used to the long pull trigger, and it's light, not lighter than you would think. So we'll take it out to the range and we'll fire it off a little bit, and you can see how well it does and how poorly I do.